The Thrift Savings Plan has a slightly smaller budget for fiscal 2022. The Federal Retirement Thrift Investment Board approved the budget of $496 million for the next fiscal year. Kim Weaver is Director of External Affairs at the Federal Retirement Thrift Investment Board. Kim, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Mimi. Nice to see you.
So the TSP has adopted a slight budget decrease in fiscal 2022. How does that affect operations at TSP?
Well, it is something that we've been planning. Over the past 5 years or so, our budget has increased as we've dealt with information security and legacy hardware, legacy software. And we awarded a new contract for a record keeper, people who are keeping, as it sounds, the records of our participants. And so this year we're in that transition period. So we're paying for the current record keeper and then the transition to the new record keeper. Next year in the summer, the new record keeper will go live and we will begin to decommission the old record keeper, which allows us to begin to decrease that budget.
Well, some of the priorities from fiscal 2021, including enhancing resiliency and cybersecurity. How did that go?
It went very well. I have to say, as I said, this has been a long, focused effort to improve our cybersecurity. Our FSMA results have been very promising. We're in the middle of the next FSMA audit at the moment. And while the FSMA audit, as appropriate, is always changing and dealing with the new threats that are out there, we are continuing to work on that while we work on the new record keeping.
So the Thrift Board's stated goal for fiscal 22 is for TSP to, quote, become more focused on participants and the agency rather than just on technology and cybersecurity. How will that look to participants? What are they going to see that's different?
They're going to see, for example, a mobile app. And I know that sounds sort of small, but it is something that our participants very much want. And next summer they will have it. That will make it easier for them to access their account, as we all do, right? We go on our phones and we access our bank. We do all of our work on our phones. And that is that. We will have new calculators, new tools, new abilities to do things online. And I think in general, it will be a more seamless transition or a more seamless transaction that they will be able to experience.
Kim, the coronavirus pandemic has affected everybody. How has it affected your operations, especially the recent spike in infections?
Thankfully, it has not. When the pandemic hit last March of 2020, we went remote, both the agency and, for the most part, our contractors. We have contracted call centers. We have contracted forms processing units. And for the most part, they moved remote. They still come into the office, obviously, for forms. Hard to do that remotely. And the spike, we have continued that. Our service levels have not changed as a result of the pandemic.
So tell me about the investment board's budget priorities for fiscal 2022.
It is to focus on the record keeper transition. We are also updating our financial software, and that transition is going to go live in January. And then we are also going to be revising our agency laptops, that sort of thing. So there are 3 major contracting efforts that are going to be going live in FY22, and that's our focus. But as you said, all of which is the end result is to improve services to our participants.
So you recently conducted a participant survey. What did you find?
We found that 89% of our participants are satisfied or extremely satisfied with the services we provide, which is gratifying, but we don't rest, right? We continue to try and make things better. And one of the things that we ask is what other things do you want? And given the population of the demographics of our population, people are getting closer to retirement and they're asking for things like a decumulation tool, as opposed to a tool that tells you how much to save. This is okay, I've saved X amount. How much can I withdraw safely to last me through my retirement? And so those are the things that we're looking at and working toward to be able to offer our participants.
Well, how are you planning to respond then to the results of this survey that you did?
So a lot of the things that people are looking for will be addressed by the new record keeper to the extent that they won't in the sort of go live next summer. Those are things that we will look at after that transition, but we're not really in a position to make many changes at the moment because we're focused on making this transition and making it as smoothly as possible.
All right. Well, Kim, we'll leave it at that and we'll check in with you again soon, okay?
Great. Thanks, Mimi.
Thank you.